And a major feature of the exhibition are new works created by local artists. And I believe they're all here with us today. Teresa Camozzi, Brian Fees, Kimberly Coin-Mertera, Gregory Roberts and his Sonoma Ash Project, Adam Shaw, Penny Wolin, and Martin Zuniga. We have also done the best we could to recognize and honor all who risked their lives, volunteered, and pitched in to demonstrate that ours is a unified and resilient community. We know that the loss was tremendous and in many cases unbearable. The exhibition is meant to bond our individual attempts to process and honor what we lost, while cherishing what was gained, new perspectives, stronger bonds, and a profound appreciation for the human spirit. It is our hope that the combination of community-based artworks, installations by professional artists, and salvaged artifacts will create a meaningful experience that will prove to be healing and renewing to the community and will inspire us to continue to grow together. But there are some who are not with us today, and this exhibition is dedicated to them. So please join me in a moment of silence for those who lost their lives. We remember you, and you are not forgotten. It is with deep gratitude that we thank our Fire Project sponsors. And so I do have to do a few acknowledgements here. Arena Galleries, Archaeologics, the Cotting Foundation, and I want to thank Connie Cotting and the Cotting Foundation for giving us our very first grant to get this going. Creative Sonoma, DPI Digital Printing, The Engine is Red. You may wonder, what the heck is that? That's actually a design and marketing company. And when you go in and see the title wall and you see our exhibition announcement and marketing, you can thank them. Exchange Bank, Eugene Belagorsky, First Interstate Contractors, Stephen and Angela Gelber, Gayla Barron, Laura Rosenthal, Sanjay Sakurja, Lawrence and Jackie Simons. I also wish to thank our staff, our volunteers, especially Jenny Bath and Karen Murad, plus all of the contributors of objects, ash, photographs, and documentation. And now it is my honor to introduce our mayor, Chris Coursey, whose leadership has been inspiring and motivating for our entire community. Mr. Mayor.
Thanks, Jeff, and thanks everybody for being here. It's an honor for me to be here on what's almost the anniversary of clearly the most significant event that has happened in the history of this city, as far as my history in this city. Art is one of our most basic human instincts. We make art to help us preserve our history, to process our emotions, and to please our senses. Art uplifts our soul. And as you walk around this exhibit, you see that art, of course, takes many forms. Louder. I don't usually have that problem. So last month, I had the good fortune to visit the Lascaux Cave Complex in southern France. About 60 or 70 years ago now, a few young men discovered a cave full of paintings, full of art, that had been underground and out of the light for close to 20,000 years. I really marveled that these artists, prehistoric artists, had created such beauty and that it had stayed hidden for so long. They probably didn't think of it as art, but clearly the pictures of these animals were very significant to them. It was significant in their lives, and it enriches our lives thousands and thousands of years later. That cave art depicted the everyday surroundings of the people who created it. This exhibit here at the museum collects not everyday life, but an extraordinary event: the reactions to the fires of last October. It shows us how artists, whether professionals or people just doing one-time creations, reacted to that disaster. I like to think of art as a first draft of history. I worked in the newspaper business for a long time, and we used to say that newspapers were the first draft of history, but we don't own that. Any creation, any artistic creation, can be that first draft of history. This is the first draft of history of that event that affected us all. It helps us process our emotions, and it pleases our senses. And I'd like to think that someday maybe somebody will come along, maybe thousands of years from now, and come across some of these creations, and they'll learn a little more about Santa Rosa in 2018. I want to thank all of the people who created pieces for this. I want to thank all of you for being here. Thanks.